This is Lurking Lately, doing another stream of the Pagan run here. Want to start off by apologizing. Basically, my last stream cut off about halfway through, and I didn't know because I'm working off of one monitor. So, you basically missed a bunch of stuff that happened. I conquered Flanders, set it as my primary demance. I gave away most of my lands. I still control Upland and the Duchy of Svijod, but we've pretty much moved over. We're a feudal now. I actually made one mistake when I was setting up my counselors and whatnot, and I think I might have to go ahead and just appoint someone. It's not really worth it. If I had had a much better steward, I'd probably replace the steward, but I set him down to collect taxes, but since this is all recently conquered territory, we're not going to get any taxes, period. So, plus however much percentage of zero taxes is still zero. I should have had him on oversee construction. That would have saved me a couple bucks, because basically once we transition to feudalism, all of a sudden we can no longer call in our tribal vassals as allies. They're just going to raise levies as if we were a normal feudal system. But since they're the wrong government type and they don't have much in the way of buildings or castles or anything, they don't really raise much in the way of armies, period. So if you look here now, basically, currently I can raise a max of 2,282 men, and then my vassals can raise another 2,450, which is a far cry from getting 10,000 men from your being able to call in 10,000 men and have like 7,000 of your own. The good news is that we have a 5-year truce with the Holy Roman Empire. I also switched the focus of my queen to scholarship. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to rush forward cultural tech, and the best way to do that is by using the scholarship focus. You'll see events pop up. Basically, you pick scholarship focus, you go to your intrigue menu, you build an observatory, and it all launches pretty quick from there. So you'll see what we're going to do and what we're going for. And you'll also notice that basically my vassal count dropped significantly to being over my vassal limit to just being 11 out of 36. That's because when you're a feudal lord, your tribal vassals don't count towards your vassal limit. Now, as they develop into feudalism, they will start to add on to this. It's part of the reason why I didn't want to conquer too much of this garbage land. I just wanted to kind of unite my culture and unite my religion. So basically we're at this awkward stage where we have to raise our troop count significantly. Otherwise we're not going to survive an invasion by the Holy Roman Empire or the Umayyads or just about anybody. The good thing is that we have a bunch of money from raiding, so what we're going to do is we're going to start to develop our holdings. So we're going to click on our top level holding, and first we're going to build castle towns everywhere we can to the highest level possible. Now this doesn't raise our troop count, but it does increase the amount we get in taxes, so we'll have more money to build more stuff. So let's just go ahead and build all the castle towns we can. Okay, so we've got those building. Now we have to decide what we're going to do with Okay, now we have to decide what we're going to do with the rest of our time. And what we're basically going to do is we're just going to go out, and for these next 5 years, or however many years it takes, we're going to keep raiding everybody, because we want to get as much gold as possible, so that we can improve our demounts as much as possible. And then, and then we'll be able to raise enough men just on our own that it won't be much of a threat. It'll still be the Holy Roman Empire will still be a threat, but it'll be less of a threat. It'll be more manageable. So that's kind of the name of the game. We're going to remain at peace as long as we can, raid for gold, and then try to improve our demounts to the point where we can start conquering our neighbors again. And obviously, while that's going in tandem, we're going to try to raise the tech level of our nation as much as possible. Uh, to that end, we appointed the best spy master we could, even though he didn't like us very much. He's a Christian, and we sent him to spy in Constantinople because since our primary capital is going to be Bruges or Brugge, or however you want to pronounce it, we want, now we want to kind of up the tech as much as possible. So we're not going to worry about scheming or anything like that. We've got what we want. And the other thing is that you'll notice that, since we switched to feudalism, our demand size has dropped. That's fine. It's going to drop further once we have the technology to change our government, our succession laws. So that's why we only really want these 6 provinces. 6 provinces in this one duchy. We'll eventually give away Svijod. But for right now, that's basically the only source of troops we have. So we kind of have to work quickly. So you see here, whereas before we could raise hundreds of ships, now we're down to 14 again. And then in terms of levies, we've only got 586 men. So basically this first year, we're not even going to do anything. We're just going to sit around on our hands. So let's just roll time forward. And wait. I am not going to kill my own spy master. Alright, so it looks like our first son, oh no, it's not. Our brother or something like that got elected. We gotta get out of this terrible gavel-kind elective government. Alright, so our first son has come of age. He's actually not that bad. Definitely can work with this. And if we got rid of, like, arbitrary, replaced it with, like, just or something, it'd even be better. But he's alright. Let's see how the rest of our sons turn out. I'm also going to start shifting the focus of our sons' education. We're going to start going for thrift, and we're going to start going for kind of like a more stewardship-focused group. See if we can get them, like, Midas touched learning traits and stuff like that. So hopefully, if I remember, in like about 5 months, in about 5 years' time, we'll switch his guardian to someone who's Midas touched, and hopefully he'll get that kind of as a finishing touch. Again, because we're switching, good, having a great marshal is always good. Don't get me wrong, but since we've become feudal, we're going to be more focused on making money just the old-fashioned way, and improving our demands and all that. So. We're going to leave our son unmarried because I want to see how our other children turn out. I'm going to assign myself as guardian for him as well. And we'll just see. And then hopefully by then, whoever's the head of our secret order, they will die, and we'll be able to replace them. And there you go. We do have enough to advance, but I just don't know what the rules are. I guess you just can't advance until the next guy dies. So I'm almost tempted not to do any of these missions. Let's do it, though. I mean, we might as well. If I can figure out how. Or maybe I click on myself. I guess I could summon a familiar. See what that does. So maybe we could cure our own cancer. Right? Let's give it a shot. Alright, well that did nothing. Oh, there we go. That's not bad. So it looks like our Goaty isn't doing anything, so let's have him convert the lands we conquered. And let's try to do this trip. Let's desecrate the temple. Let's take the dark power. 5 gold isn't that much. Okay, so it looks like we were successful in our mission. Also, while we were conquering these lands, we did get a bunch of artifacts. I'm guessing they're probably Christian, but let's see what we've got here. Yeah, so we can't use that. I guess we can use the magnificent painting. So let's give this away, and let's give it to the Pope, maybe? How does the Pope feel about it? He doesn't like us, so let's give an artifact. Give him the Saint's finger bone. And what else can we do? Kind of at a loss. I think we just have to wait this year out. Then we'll talk about raiding. We do want to become Fussy. Fussy is pretty good. He can turn into a patient. I guess greedy and paranoid isn't that great, but... Alright, so in order to get the cultural tech, we have to go for, is there something strange out there? So we'll take that. The other option gets you military tech. I'm more concerned about cultural tech just so we can change succession laws. So one of our barons died. We could give the barony to our son. It would help him with prestige and whatnot, but I kind of want to hold on to him. So let's give it to this dude instead. And let's keep going. Let's wait till all this stuff is built. Okay, so the newly conquered modifier has worn off. So let's check our military now. So we're at a more respectable. You could possibly raise 6,841 dudes. So that's good. So between us, it's like 10,000 men. Still, it's not going to be able to compare with the Holy Roman Emperor, who can raise 12,000, 13,000 basically. It also looks like the revolt won, so if we wanted to, we could declare war on him right away, but we don't have the numbers. So let's just let things roll, you know? We also don't have the manpower. I mean, if you look, I only have 618 out of the 6,000 men. Alright, let's try the summoning again. So it looks like we can mess around with another temple. Let's go ahead and do that. We can usurp the Duchy of Brabant. Let's do that. Yeah, we'll give it to this guy. We can also create the Duchy of Flanders. We might as well keep that for ourselves. Let's check on our Marshal. So this guy's almost as good, but he's loyal. So, I mean, I guess we do have all the loyal people we need. But having one more loyal guy wouldn't hurt. We'll have him train troops in our capital. Getting you commander. We can also go to like the minor titles and give our son a minor title. I don't know how good he's gonna be. I don't know if I want to give him law speaker because that's probably the best one. Actually, looks like there's yeah, let's make him a law speaker. What the hell? What's his name again? Cartjon. Huh, maybe we can because he's not landed. Alright. I won't worry about it. So we're just basically waiting for enough men and ships to come in that we can do a little bit of raiding. Alright, so it looks like we have a disease, an epidemic in our kingdom. So we're going to have to shut the gates, wait it out. Eventually we'll have enough money to invest in hospitals and technology. Oh, I bet I got sick already. Alright, make them merry. Alright, we can probably send him into hiding. I guess he's technically probably secluded with us already, so we don't have the option to send him into hiding. Well, the good news is I think we managed to avoid slow fever, so that's a good thing. I think we won't even wait for the full levies. Or actually, it looks like by the time we get the full 14 boats, we'll have enough men to get in those boats. Yeah, we can't afford that. So it looks like our advisor died. Let's put a loyal guy in the advisor position. And what do we got here? We need a court physician. You look good. I don't want to kill him. Alright, buddy. Out you go. Alright, so our youngest son, he's gotten old enough to get a type of, yes, we're going to give him a stewardship focus. Actually, haughty is no good. Conscientious is. Let's give him a martial education. I don't know what's better, stewardship or martial. Like, do these two cancel each other out so it's like the same speed as this? Yeah, let's give him stewardship. What the hell? We've already got one son who's got like a high martial. We can build more stuff again. I kind of missed our chance there to do it. So again, we can't build any more castle towns. So I think the next most important thing is Castle Shipyard, because again, we're going to be raiding a lot. So we need to have those boats back. Again, the problem with, and I'm actually not even going to improve those lands over there. The problem now that we're feudal, though, is that everything costs money, so you have to be a lot more careful. But, you know, we'll keep spending money until we can start making it again. I'm going to build the castle walls, then we could probably do an upgrade to the castle town. Since money's going to be tight, I'm not going to upgrade this area anymore. We're probably going to have to give it away. Only because, you know, we're currently stressed and depressed, which doesn't make for a very good situation, if I'm being honest. Of course, we could wait until that's, you know, we could hope that these get cured themselves. Otherwise, we are going to have like a demance penalty. I don't know which way to go with this. Maybe we should give it away. Not like our next son will be very good. I don't know. Like, I'm afraid that, like, that's where all our boats are, so I'm not going to give it away yet. Alright. See if we can deal with these guys. Look at this. So even if the slow fever clears out, smallpox can come in, camp fever can come in. I swear to God, the game does this on purpose. There's no way we can give that away. I'm also going to get my troops together because it looks like we're going to be facing some rebellions because of all these diseases. Okay, so our spy master died, but that's okay. We can just send a new spy master down to Constantinople. We are getting wrecked by disease. Absolutely wrecked. So disease tends to, affect more wealthier areas. Yes, so there's all wealthier areas more. So there's always more disease kind of happening around here than there ever would be up here. Just because of wealth and trade. But this is quite the intro. Look at this. We're just throwing bodies into the fire. Also, we can't... we haven't even gotten to the full levy of ships yet, but we can't really... We don't want to go raiding now. First of all, because... Look at these diseases. It's going to wreck our army. And then we'll get sick just leading them. Also, since we're in seclusion, we can't lead troops, so it's not going to add to our Viking traits. So we're just going to have to wait out this giant disease outbreak. Okay, even worse, we're trying to run out of food. That's not a good thing. And unfortunately, our diplomacy and our stewardship isn't high enough to lessen the effect of that first event. And we're running out of more food. Oh, look, my daughter came of age. She's not that good. What we can do is marry her to the next guy we want to rule lands we capture. We're going to have to eat the rats. Anything to keep the gates closed, because you can't take your chances out there with all this disease. Alright, well, again, this looks like a major outbreak. And I'd rather take the -10 opinion for +3 martial and more food in the castle. We're going cannibal, guys. So if we look through these, I think I'll be able to build a castle town somewhere here. Okay, we just need a little bit more money to do that. Alright. We're already cannibals. Let's keep eating people. Okay, so I've become the head of the Temple of Hell. So we're going to save up our dark power to absorb life force of the children we don't want to follow us in succession. I mean, if we weren't stressed and depressed, we'd be much better off. I'm still worried I might just die randomly because of those traits. But I do want to wait until our last 2 sons are grown up just to see who the best one is, and then kill the rest of the sons. So part of the reason why our scholarship focus isn't advancing is because we're in seclusion. I guess it keeps it from going forward. But again, we just have to wait out this disease. I mean, technically I'm sending these guys to die if they proselytize around here. And I don't want to get rid of all my good seers, so I'll send him somewhere far away where hopefully he won't die of disease. Also, we should probably check our prisoners, see if we can ransom or banish anybody. We can ransom this one. That'll give us some gold. And that should give us enough to build the castle town and castle. So our son can get an education focus. Let's see what we can give him. Sure, let's have him go diplomacy. See how that works out. And let's just take a look at our other son here. He's 14. So I think in January we'll send him to somebody who is like Midas touched. And we'll see if he can get that good education trait. So we could technically open the gates now. There's no more disease. I'm afraid that the smallpox or the camp fever will come in. Or the slow fever. So we're going to stay with the gates closed. So it actually looks like I can get married again. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll get someone with high stewardship, just so we can get rid of this penalty to demonize. Obviously, someone who is willing to do a matrilineal marriage. Here we go. We finally found someone who would be willing to marry us. He's a lunatic. He has a great pox. He's jealous and cruel and wroth. But, I mean, he's got decent stats here. You know, decent enough for someone who's willing to marry us. Yeah, let's just marry him. What the hell? No one wants to be alone. Okay, let's open up our gates. All the diseases have gone away. Let's try to make a friend. So maybe we should see about giving this guy guardianship. I think they turn of age 15. But let's take a look here. We want someone who's Midas touched, if at all possible. I don't see that really being an option here. I just want someone with good traits. These aren't bad ones. Craven wouldn't be good. You know what? I say we just take the risk of keeping him ourselves. It's not like there's even someone who's Midas touched who can be his guardian, so we'll let it be. It also looks like we can start with the raiding. And I think it's probably the best thing to do. Although we don't have the full amount of ships yet. We can still raid with like 1,400 dudes, I think. We just have to be real careful. We're also going to pull our seer back to convert our lands, so we want to get that done first. Let's take a look at wealth. looks like there's some wealth here in England. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's see where our ships are raised. Bring our armies in. Let's that's not good. So let's just disband. Let's disband everybody but these two guys. That should save us a little bit of money. Of course. We have to raise our vassal armies to deal with this. It's gonna be a gosh darn disaster. Okay, so we're not going to take our retinue because they're super expensive to reinforce. Let's turn these into raiders. So I guess we can't even raid while, oh my gosh, while there's a war going on, so. take these 1,300 guys back over here. We're already losing a bunch of money. But it doesn't really matter. Alright. Alright, let's deal with this rebellion. Screwing up my plans here, wasting a bunch of money. We're gonna fight worse now. I would love to get military tech, but we don't have the money for it. Yeah, let's kill this guy. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do, lower our vassal troops. Then we're going to get rid of our retinue. Have our retinue march back to our capital. And throw these guys on boats, bring them down here, and sort out our raiding party. I think I'd rather have a loyal guy than necessarily the best chancellor. I mean, we're already so far in debt, who cares? Alright, so let's look what this troop count will look like. Alright, so this will be our raiding party. I'll balance the unit. And we gotta start raiding. The rest of these guys can get disbanded. Hopefully that'll save us a little bit of money. And let's just see where's a good place to raid. Looks like right here at the end here. That's a good spot. We don't even have enough men to besiege this place. So we will stay here and loot until this little torch turns red. Let's come up here, raid this place. Alright, we've become diligent. That's good. I don't want to become content, because that's a terrible trait. I don't want to... I don't want this person to be immortal. Alright. So we've got a Catholic uprising back home. Let's raise all our troops. And let's raise our vassal troops as well. We'll put our next best guys on the job. Send them in. And that should do it. Hopefully at least. I don't actually want this to succeed, so we're not going to give it to someone who's very good. So we'll give it to the Spy Master, since he's not good. Okay. So let's take a look at our second son here versus our first. Right, our second son, not good. So you know what happens to you. Can I not do, I guess you can only possess children? Oh, so if they're adults, you can't do that. Okay, well, you're gonna get Tainted Touch, I guess. We'll also probably like send him out on a boat. Make him a commander, you know, send him out on a boat. So let's make Toast a commander. Go. And so we'll do that shortly, but not right now. Okay. So let's go ahead and raise our liege levies. We'll put Toast in charge here. Why can't I put my son in charge of this? Hey, how you doing, man? Sorry I didn't see your texting there, or your messaging. Just trying to figure out how to kill my sons. Trying to put him on a boat. You know, I made him a commander, but apparently I can't assign him. Oh, it's because it's the wrong mayor. Is it? Oh, I want to put my son on a boat so I can send him to the middle of the ocean so he can die from scurvy. Basically, I have 2 kingdom titles and a bunch of sons and Gavelkind elective succession. So, well, the funny thing is I can appoint. So, you know, I appointed, so far, my oldest son looks like to be the best one. But I want to try to game the system so I don't even have to deal with any kind of succession issues, you know? Plus, my my queen right now is old. She's depressed, stressed. She's got a bunch of demonic stuff going on, so. So I want my son to go out and explore the glorious ocean. Yeah, but I thought she was gonna die for a while now, but she hasn't died yet. She's hung in there. She's a tough old bird, you know. All right, here we go. So we'll do that. Put my son on the boat. I also learned the hard way that you can only absorb the life force of your child if it's a kid. But I want to see how these kids turn out before I absorb their life force, you know? If I'm being dead honest, I was planning on making her be a warrior, wolf warriors, but she decided to go ahead and join the satanic cult instead. Oh, we were, Svijod, starting off 769, And so now we're the Kingdom of Svijod, and also Kingdom of Denmark. I'm trying to get enough de jure land here to form the Frankish Empire. Or Frankia, I should say. I just converted over to... so, religion's already been converted. We're Reformed Germanic Pagan. And I'm in the process. I just changed over to feudalism after I conquered Bruges, because that's where I want my capital to be. So we're kind of in a precarious position, as you can see. So I'm trying to raid my way out of this issue, you know? Just get enough money from raiding to build up my demands. Yeah, I'm thinking, basically that's the way it's looking now. You know, my son's got good martial, so he'll probably end up being a wolf warrior. Although if my second son ends up being, like, good at stewardship and learning, I pick the option to be a part of the Hermetic Order, and I'm thinking about doing that just so we can rush up our tech, you know? Yeah, my plan was to make her a wolf warrior, but she joined Fellowship of Hell when I wasn't looking. Alright, let's get out of here. Uh-oh. Not fast enough. Oh, run away! Run away! Alright, so he's got dysentery. I'm not sending my court physician. I didn't ask for him. Did I not just say, don't have my court physician help him? Unbelievable. Yeah, his personal combat isn't that great, but, I mean, he hasn't joined any society whatsoever yet, so he'll only get better. With a martial skill like that, come on. Alright, so we got like 1,209 guys. Where should we send them to? This looks like a pretty good spot to raid. Yeah, at one point, this current queen, despite not being a wolf warrior, had 150 personal combat. Pretty sweet. Alright. We gotta do it for the cultural technology. Let's cross our fingers, hope she doesn't become a lunatic. And we've become a lunatic as well. I mean, she's all over the board. But look at those stats, man. Come on. You don't need to beat your opponent to join. You automatically can join. My last king lost his initiation right, and he was able to get in. Alright. So, it was all worth it though. Why? Because now we can get to Legalism 3. Alright. And then what that means is we can go to our realm laws and go to late feudal administration. And once that's passed, we can probably change our inheritance laws. Yeah, it was disappointing too because she had like a natural like I want to say like 21 strength or martial skill, and so you know I had another son who was set to inherit, so I changed it to agnatic cognatic, and then made her my primary heir, and then she defeated him. And she took over, but then I found out afterwards that she was a Satanist. So, okay, so we've changed to late feudal administration, Now, can we change our succession laws? Alright, we need our vassals to stop fighting, but I think we can fix that by going to, sorry, my council, enforce realm peace. Everyone's for it. And so as long as we can survive long enough for this peace to come in, 1 second. 4 months. We just have to live for 4 more months, and I think we'll have solved our succession situation. What's Pantanal? What's a Pantanal? Alright, she has to have to survive 90 more days. Come on, game. Just give it to me. I think we've changed all the laws we're gonna change. Which princess? Are you talking about this one right here? She has terrible stats. Look at these. I mean, they're not terrible, but they're not good. Sun's much better. Alright, so even though I'm almost out of debt, gotta get that sweet, sweet prosperity. Alright, so we've got peace enforced. Oh, Keystone, you're here at a momentous occasion. Primogeniture. And now, with that out of the way,